crowd is ready as we get set for the World Series. Game 1 is next. Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the New York Yankees. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. There may be no better atmosphere in all of baseball than Game 1 of the Fall Classic, Singy. Lots of excitement to get this thing started.
Yeah, and the players feel that just as much as the fans. You're down there with goosebumps, and these players are just trying to stay in the moment. But I'll tell you, for the home team especially, it's so hard not to be emotional and hyped up with all the energy in this building right now.
And on the other side, of course, you're looking to swing home field advantage your way with an all-important opening win on the road. First pitch coming your way next. And towing the slab, Max Fried. Always a treat to watch one of the best starters in the sport, Singy.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Kyle Tucker leading things off and takes a strike.
That's the ball.
Fried, multi-time All-Star, 33 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Set down on strikes. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. Let's check out the lineup. Here's what they came up with for Game 1 of the World Series, Siggy.
Yeah, they're hoping they piece together a winner. Historically speaking, the team that wins this opening game more often than not goes on to win the World Series. Today is a day to come storming out of the gates.
Here in the Bronx, just getting settled into this one. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Fastball for a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 2 down, nobody on.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get...
Got him! Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back now in the Bronx. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Tarik Skubal. How about a report on him, Chris?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Judge comes up empty there. Judge launched a homer in his most recent game. Cut on and missed. Good changeup right there. 0-2. Game 1 of the World Series. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. As we kick off the World Series, it is hard not to think about Kirk Gibson's incredible walk-off homer against Dennis Eckersley in Game 1 back in 1988. An iconic moment in baseball history.
A lot of great Game 1 moments, Boog. Alex Gordon's game-tying homer for the Royals in the bottom of the 9th in 2015 really sticks out for me. They went on to win that game in 14 innings.
Got him looking. And that's 4 strikeouts. Hernandez wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. And it's going to stay a strike. So they'll lose their first challenge.
Nope, that's away.
Second inning here, no score.
Boog, Rusty Valentine umpiring behind the plate in this one. He has what you might call a tall strike zone, both at the letters and down below the knees.
Yeah, and I'm sure that helps a lot of pitchers we see today who like to work up, down, trying to change eye levels and swing paths.
Yep, exactly.
Ball.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Two down. Freeman hits it in the air. And there are 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajas. So far, the playoffs have not been kind to him, but tonight, a chance to start anew.
So much of this game is mental. He's just got to tell himself, I'm here. I've worked hard all year. Go out, have fun, trust your ability.
You know, Singy, there are some people that say they feel more pressure actually in the league championship series than the World Series because they know this is it.
I could totally see that because, you know, you get to the World Series, that's what your whole goal was.
And that's the 3rd out. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Back at Yankee Stadium. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. Game 1 of the World Series here tonight, and all he's hoping is that the success that he's had in the first couple of rounds continues.
The great thing, you're here in the World Series. Now just try to have fun. The performance has been outstanding, and why should it stop now?
How do they cool him off?
Well, they're going to be extremely careful with him. I doubt he's going to get much to hit today, but when he does, be careful because he can hit it a long way.
fights it off. He'll see another. 0-2 now. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
That
No,
one
that's
missed.
a ball.
Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. That's in there. That is strike 2.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Going to count 1-2. Top of the third, no score. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Good start for Max Fried.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. Two down, nobody on.
Oh.
Ground ball left side and foul ball. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching the World Series on the show. As we go to the last of the third, and stepping in.
Take your base.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Kyle Tucker. He led the game off with a strikeout and looking to get on base in this plate appearance. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Strike 2.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Got him swinging. Strikeout number 8.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
That finds the mark on the inside corner.
Well, when you can throw that big curve on the inside part of the plate, very difficult pitch for the hitter to get on plane with. You can have a lot of success if you can pitch in that location.
No.
Sliced hard but foul. One and two here. The Dodgers hitless so far in the game. just misses without one. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. The batter now will be Will Smith. Went down on strikes his first time through.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Throws to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. This is the World Series on the show. Game 1 of the World Series. In now is the Yankees DH. Welcome back. Quite the pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
You know, these Dodgers just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. They're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Pretty close, but it was a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. Here's a 2-0.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. The 3-1. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about. Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with the pickoff artist on the mound.
That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow, climb back into this at-bat through the count.
Ground ball right side, not there in time, and that's the first hit for them in this one.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
So up next, Andy Pappas. Popped out foul ground first time through. And takes low for ball 1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
First and second, no outs. Here in game 1 of the World Series. Pitch misses. Full count now. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Lombard. He flips it to second in time. And now it's a double play. Wow.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple. Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
Go ahead run on base. Sung Kim will hit next. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's a ball and a strike. Challenge from behind the dish here. And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The Dodgers with a chance to score first. And we're at the top of the fifth. Pitch misses. Ball one.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose.
Look out. Almost got him upstairs.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Here's a high chopper. Bellinger over to pick it up. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Another frame in the books as the perfect game falls by the wayside. You're watching the World Series on the show. Back in the Bronx, bottom of the inning, Sean Murphy stepping. So digging in, Paul DeYoung. Max Fried will go to work. Just missed.
Bumpy.
That one catches the corner for a strike. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Swinging a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
He caught it behind his back. Acrobatic throw for one. A sensational double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Base is empty after the double play. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Off the mark there, and it's 1-1. Next pitch is downstairs. Swinging a foul straight back. Here's a 2-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Will Smith up next for the Dodgers. Out towards right center field. And that is that. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. This is the World Series on the show. Bottom of the 6th inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Brent Rooker. Will Smith to the plate.